Hello party people, it is Will Pemble. We are in the kitchen today, and what we're going to do today is we're going to have a little bit of an experiment and see if we can cook one of those really awesome, delicious hamburgers that you see cooked in a thing called a sous vide, which is a water oven. So we're going to start really simple and make a sous vide burger. Let's get going. We're going to need a couple of tools for this that maybe are kind of weird and you might not find in every single kitchen. The first thing we're going to need is a sous vide oven. The next thing we need is a vacuum sealer, I call it a suck and seal because it makes me laugh when I say that. We're also going to need this weird looking thing, which is a searing attachment on top of a regular old blowtorch. And if you know me, you know I love a blowtorch. The sous vide that I'm using today, the water oven that I'm using today, is by a company called Gourmet, and it's a self-contained unit. A lot of times you'll have a sous vide that is just a little stick that sticks down. This is all built as one piece. It's got the reservoir here, and all of the heating elements and the controls are all one piece. We're going to heat this water to 130 degrees, and the idea behind sous vide is we're going to cook it at a constant 130 degrees so that the whole inside of our hamburger is 130 degrees, which is medium rare. I like a medium rare hamburger, but instead of cooking on heat where you get really cooked on the outside and decreasingly cooked as you get to the center, sometimes even pink or red or raw at the center, the sous vide will cook the thing rare from the very edge of the thing all the way through. So you get a 100% medium rare or 100% well done, however you cook it, burger. Now we plug it in. And light it up. Cool water goes in here, hot water comes out this little hole in the bottom, and it just circulates the water, so the water is always going to be at 130 degrees the whole time. Now let's make the burgers. I love a spicy burger, and I've got a jalapeno pepper here, so what I want to do is I want to season my burgers with jalapeno peppers the whole time I'm cooking them. Now, the seeds in a jalapeno are what really makes a jalapeno hot, so we're going to use a lot of them. That's all. Freshly ground black pepper is delicious. So, what we do now is we take those and we put them inside the vacuum seal bag so that we can pop them in the water. Save these little bits of jalapeno, you're going to need them later. So there's my little burger hotel. Goes into the bath. And now we just go find something to do for 2 hours. So we're getting close to the end here. What I want to do is I want to take some onions and caramelize them so we can put caramelized onions. And so I don't exactly know how to caramelize onions, but I'm going to show you how I do it and you can judge for yourself. Okay, pan, high heat, olive oil, not too much, but a little bit, maybe a little bit more. Here's my onions and then my leftover jalapenos from before. I'm gonna keep most of those on the side. I'm not gonna throw them in just yet. Once I made some habanero peppers and I cooked them in a frying pan in a not very well ventilated kitchen, and I ended up making my own pepper spray right there in the house. It was it was pretty awful. I keep waiting for an example of some place where black pepper isn't a good idea, but I haven't found it. A little salt. So I don't know anything about cooking, and I think that's an important thing to point out here. I think what I'm doing is like sweating these onions. I think I'm getting the moisture to come out of these onions so that as the steam comes out of the onions and they go away, the flavor of the onions intensifies. And I know that there's probably some kind of sugar in an onion because they taste sweet, so there's probably some kind of fructose. And as the steam comes out and the fructose cooks, it, by its nature, caramelizes. And so that's what I think is meant by a caramelized onion. But if you think that it's not, if you think that there's some other thing going on here, I would love to learn about it and know. So again, I am totally guessing because I have no formal training as a chef or a cook or really even a busboy or a waiter. I've got no kitchen training at all. Everything I do, I just kind of try to monkey the behaviors of people I've seen before me. See, they start to get a little translucent, a little see-through, yummy, delicious. Love it. My awesome child Lyle disagrees with my sous vide hamburger.
You're boiling a burger. It is a boiled hamburger.
See? Could he be right? I don't know. We'll find out. Okay, so now here's the next thing. What I like to do is I take a little bit of sugar. We talked a little earlier about the sugar that's in an onion. Maybe that's not quite enough for me. So we take a little bit of sugar. I push the onions to the edge of the pan here and slide the pan so that only this side of the pan is getting direct heat. Of course, yes, they're still hot over here, but this is where the real heat is happening. You can see that sugar is now melting and, you guessed it, caramelizing. So what we're looking for here is we're looking for this to turn into caramel and get a nice, yummy, beautiful brown color, which it's doing. Don't be afraid to get this nice and hot. See that brown color? That's what we're looking for. When that happens, you've got awesome caramel, very hot. Be careful. I'm going to drop some butter in it. And now I have caramel sauce. I've got my salty, delicious, peppery onions over here and my caramel over here. Now what I do is I have salted, caramelized onions. And so they're yummy and sweet and pretty and delicious. And they're going to go really well on top of what I hope will be some awesome burgers. So now it's time to take the burgers out of the sous vide and see what happened. So what you don't see behind you is Lyle over there going like, yeah, this isn't gonna happen. It's not gonna work. Right? It's beautiful. I don't care what Lyle Pemble says. Here's our second one. So now, take the first one out first. Okay. Now, when you get, ooh, I can smell the jalapeno. That smells beautiful. So I'm going to take that out. It's like nicely cooked. Put that over here. Crazy looking. So those are medium rare all the way through, from the surface to the other surface on the other side. It's all cooked exactly that way. It's all exactly that color all the way through. So now we're going to use the really fun machine, which is the searing machine. Oh, I can smell it getting burgery. Be a little more efficient. So, first crazy char-ish burgers. I've got some cheese. This is a combination of Monterey Jack and cheddar. That one's mostly Monterey, that's Lyle's. But wait, you're thinking, that's not melted. I know. Here's our delicious, yummy, sweet caramelized onions. Remember those leftover jalapenos from a little while ago? Just in case you want it to be spicy, you can just sprinkle those leftover jalapenos on there. Here's a couple little delicious broccoli fries, Liz calls them. You take broccolis and then you just bake them in a little toaster oven, 400 degrees, 10 minutes, and you end up with these beautiful crunchy broccoli fries. What do you put on them? What spices or anything on these? Anything?
Salt and pepper.
Salt and pepper. Boom. Easy peasy. And then, just for fun, we'll do a little hot potato thing here. Hot potato. And since it's a potato, a little piece of butter. All right. So there you go. You got a sous vide burger with lots and lots of jalapenos, Monterey Jack and cheddar cheese, sweet caramelized onions, fresh jalapenos, broccoli fries, and a little bitty baked potato. I haven't put anything on this. I've got like ketchup and mustard and stuff on the table, but I think I'm just gonna try it just like with nothing and see how I did. So here it goes. You know what I think about this burger? This burger is absolutely amazing. The toppings are great. The bun is great. What would make it even better is if you were to just fry it up in a pan. That's all I got time for today. Thanks for helping me bring physics, family, and fun to kids everywhere. Thank you, Lyle, for seeing this coming a mile away. We'll see you soon.